It comes clean when he finally gets a full signal. Brett, next up we got Ricky Johnson with Team C.
Yeah, he teamed up with Larry Connor, got a ride in that Team C. That's a good-looking trophy truck. You know, we were talking to Ricky. He's pretty pumped to be on that team this year. Another legend in the sport.
Oh, definitely, from the motocross to the short course to the desert. And he just keeps coming back, and he always gets involved, and he really helps groom a lot of new drivers and a lot of old drivers along the way. He's just got a range of knowledge that is...
Ricky Johnson behind the wheel. Here he goes on his qualifying run.
RJ, the old bad boy of motocross.
The bad boy. Remember the bad boy club?
Oh, that was awesome back in the day.
I definitely wore that stuff. Ricky looking like he's off to a good start. You know, we talk to these guys, we're like, you know, the course is so gnarly. They're all, it's just San Felipe, you know, we just got to get around. It's 4 miles, so. But a critical 4 miles. This definitely deciphers how much clean air you have. So for these top drivers, that's huge.
It's extremely huge. And I think they're realizing that this qualifying loop is just as gnarly as the San Felipe race. So here we thought we might get a little extra credit and get a smooth qualifying run, and it turns out it's just as gnarly and as hard as the San Felipe. You know, when you hear San Felipe, it's, oh yeah, the San Felipe whoops. You hear it all the time.
And we're sitting right smack dab in the middle of it.
Yes, we are. We're right outside by the airport here, just south of town a little ways.
Ricky just up the street from me in Temecula, and his son Jake, he got a ride. He's going to be riding one of the trophy truck specs, so it's good to see father and son for the first time ever racing down here in Baja in separate trucks. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I seen Luke earlier talking with the Cops trophy truck spec, and he was really excited. He's going to run the first 137 miles before he gets out.
Once again, the Langley's another great program. To step on that program and drive one of those trucks, I mean, it doesn't get any better.
The Langleys are all, I mean, they're really nice, down-to-earth people, too, and they're fun to hang out with and talk to. And like I said, looks like Ricky's doing pretty good on this qualifying lap. I haven't seen him make any mistakes yet, so I got a little sideways there. I think he's able to pull through that.
Don't talk too soon, Donovan. But Ricky, he knows how to keep it calm. It's all about coming out here and just toning it down and getting around and getting a good qualifying time. When I say tone it down, they're not really toning it down. These guys are in. And you look over here, we look over to our right, these whoops are so deep. You see, I
mean, it swallows that truck right up. It's amazing.
And you know, Ricky Johnson, like we talked about, he's raced so many things, from Mickey Thompson back in the day, you know, the Torque Series, King of the Hammers out here in Baja, so it's great to see him back here this year doing his thing. Jesse Jones just took off on his qualifying run.
Yeah, Jesse Jones is another competitor running one of those four-wheel drive trucks, so kind of interesting to see what his qualifying time will be.
Looks like they got that Team C truck pretty dialed in. Ricky's having a good time navigating it out there. Once again, Connor's been coming down forever. They've built that Team C team over the last couple of years, and just another phenomenal program.
Yeah, they've been doing it right the whole way through. Good equipment, good people behind it, good team, good crew members. You can really see their efforts in that. Oh, Ricky blew that corner a little bit. You seen that truck bounce out of there. That rut that he went through was probably about 3.5 feet deep.
And coming in sideways, you know, you're going in sideways, so the suspension's not quite working like you want it to.
And remember, he's running those 40-inch BFGs, and it just swallowed that truck up.
You know, you talk about BF Goodrich, we thank them for all their support over 40 years. This is their 41st year down here supporting us and everything we have going on at SCORE, so good to see them. And you know why? Down here testing and doing R&D, we haven't seen a flat tire, and these guys are driving through some of the gnarly stuff out here.
Yeah, you're right. They're driving on the roughest terrain on the planet. That's
saying a lot.
Yeah.
But this is San Felipe. Every racer in the world knows that this is the roughest course. We have the Dakar Rally, some of the longer, larger ones, but nothing's like racing down here in the SCORE World Desert Championship.
What we get is we get a lot of different weather and terrain changes all in one race. You could start out at 80 degrees and be hot and be up in the mountains and it'd be snowing on you.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. People don't realize out here they got quite a bit of snow this year up in the pine forest, and not a lot now. There is still some on the backside. We're not going near that, but and then come down, and this year once again we're starting and finishing right on the legendary Malacone, beautiful San Felipe. It's just going to be a phenomenal layout and vibe. Just SCORE once again, just stepping things up and taking it to the next level and making it better for spectators, racers, and fans, and San Felipe, you know, to support the town. We love coming down here. Everybody's open arms.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's good to be able to give back.
To answer your question, Jesus, yes, this is the San Felipe 250. This is qualifying, so if you're still watching, that was answering your question.
And the race kicks off Saturday morning, 5:30 with the motorcycles. The trophy trucks will kick off about 10:30. And tomorrow will be contingency. You could tune in live. We'll be covering all that action, talking to all the racers, getting some great interviews.
There he comes across that wide open finish, Ricky Johnson. Coming in hot. That finish is just as rough after the finish line as the course.
I know these guys, they're on the brakes, so they're just hitting the swappers. So stick with us. We'll be here all week, and we'll have more live coming your way. Pistol Pete in the gate next.
Oh, and the trophy spec.
That's right. He must have had some issues, but he's back. We're done.
We're still live. I can't fucking see the screen. Fucking dust dude is killing everything.
See right there in the gate, that's number 2 Pistola back here.
I was just over here talking with Luke Johnson, and in the TT spec right now, it looks like he's up in the very top of the class for qualifying time. So it's going to be interesting to see how everything shakes out once they run their system.
Pistol Pete, another one of those guys that's been coming down here. You never know what's going to happen with pistols behind the wheel. The most controversy driver in off-road right here. We love the guy.
He definitely doesn't. He has no filters. He won't hold nothing back. He'll tell you what's on his mind.
And you know, we watched Chad Broughton. He won the overall trophy truck spec class last year. Super cool to see. He's dating Pistol's daughter, Paige. So he brought him into this, comes out here and wins the championship in the spec class. So super cool to see families coming together like the Johnsons, the Pete's out here. So really good to see just the program's growing, bringing it in, you know. Yeah. What's next? Like McMillan's really started that, coming down and bringing the whole family, but it's just growing.
Now you remember Corky back in the day. He'd be out there in the pits and standing out in line to get in the shower with the fans, the racers, and everybody. Talking about Pete and Chad and Paige, you know, imagine their house at dinner time and knowing that his daughter and her boyfriend won the championship, and Dad's been in the class and sport the vehicles.
That's right, but he's going back now, and he stepped right into the premier class this year, and he's going for a championship. They're racing the whole series. Chad said he's going for another win.
I think Chad has a good shot at it, but if they can keep Luke Johnson in there with the Cops team, they might have something to work with. It might be an interesting season.
All right, here we go, 10.
Here we go. Pistola's on the line, getting ready to go for his qualifying run.
Pistola.
Once again, this is a 4-mile, one of the roughest 4-mile courses on the planet, hands down. And these guys are out here getting it done for qualifying, going for that starting position. He's off.
These trophy truck specs are really coming about. They're wow.
That was some big air. You know, there's some man-made jumps out there, and then there's all the natural silt and whoops. But great to see it. Yeah, nothing like seeing that suspension drop out.
those kings Pete has on there are working just phenomenal right now. And it looks like he's running. It looks to me like he's running just as fast as the trophy trucks are running.
He's looking good for sure. And you know, just once again, we talk about the programs coming out. He's supported so many other racers with his rental program, and just good things coming out of Pistols Camp. And I hope he gets good qualifying time. He's definitely hungry for getting out in front and racing his not his son-in-law, but you never know. It's love when they're racing together, I'm saying. So it's good to see him out here.
It is definitely good, and that's like a whole new family beginning again. You know, this could be a whole new start of a new era for the Soren family. And it wasn't too long ago we lost Cowboy Bob Soren, and you know, he was such a great guy to the sport.
Another legendary pioneer in the sport.
Yeah.
Look what he definitely brought them into it. So it's good to see a legacy still going.
And that's what off-road racing is all about. It's family and moving on.
We're all family out here. Every one of these racers. That's what's so awesome about it. Cameron Steele's coming across the line there.
Hopefully Cameron got himself a good run in that Monster Energy number 16 trophy truck.
Senior Soren's looking pretty good. Looks like he's pulling some good lines, just staying outside of the deep. Just off to the side.
Yeah, he definitely looks really good right now. I haven't seen him overshoot a corner. He's coming right over our right-hand side right now.
Looks like a nice line. That's a super deep corner. He definitely picked a good line right there.
He's been picking some excellent lines through those corners right now.
Yeah, you see how deep. It's just nose to bumper, just dropping, and these are the longest travel, 30 inches of travel, so it doesn't get bigger than that. He's coming around. He's over 3/4 away around this 4-mile course right now.
Looks to be doing pretty good on time. Here's that wide open last burst of energy there. You can pick up a little bit of time right through here. Being smart coming into this corner.
And of course, like this, it's all made up in the corners. It's about having that line, because I mean, it could be a half a second getting through some of these turns more close and adding up to a second at the end. And like we said, a lot of these top drivers are all going to be within a second. We'll see later this evening when we come up with all the results. But that's how close they are. I mean, these guys all push it. They got the best equipment out here. It's just about who picks the best lines, who's the smoothest. It's those couple little corners that you get around and come out with that little extra time. So Pistola's looking good though.
He's looking really good.
How about our drone pilot, Jonathan, man, just making it happen. This is just footage that you've never seen ever in the history of off-road. Maybe a little bit from some helis, but
so now we've got some history and some pioneering in the drone pilots, and they're just as important as the competitors, because these guys give us the shots so we can watch Pistol Pete qualify on the San Felipe 250.
I'm pretty excited to be able to just watch this live right now. It doesn't get any cooler, so thank you guys all for joining us. Excited that we get to share this with you. He's getting around, just not too far away. He's about a half a mile out right now. Super deep. You see that silt right there. I mean, it's just, it's hard to see how deep it is and what it's really like unless you're out there in it.
I don't think I'm going to be going out there and standing in it to show you how deep it is, because I think it'll go up to about my waist at this point.
I might do a stage dive at the end of the weekend. That would be a good way to show people about silt.
Bet you $5.
Okay. Wait, hold my Monster Energy for a minute.
Okay.
Heading back towards us there as he headed west towards the finish line, or south rather.
I can see him over our left shoulder here coming around. He's got this final corner, he's got this small straightaway here. You'll have that final right-hand turn to the start-finish line, and Pistol, I'm sure, will bring it home wide open.
SD card is home.
we just go like that.
Just one last turn. Pistola's coming in, that number 2 Maxxis sponsored trophy truck.
Battery level is low. The aircraft will go to the home point in 10 seconds.
Coming in wide open.
Looks like you had a pretty smooth run, so we'll see a little later. You guys can check it out on the SCORE app or at score-international.com. And we'll be live all day tomorrow for contingency as well as racing all day long. Drones out on course. I'll be hanging out with my boy right here, Donovan White. I'm Rat Soul. You guys, thanks for joining us. We'll keep it coming to you guys all weekend long.